time is now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We are live from the channel once again. I don't know what happened there in the other one where everything was blank, I guess you can say. We went live here behind the scenes, but we weren't live on actual YouTube. But we got it sorted. We are back in tune, back in business, however you want to call it. Hit the like button. You already know what time it is. Come on now. Smash the like button if you're a Toon fan. If you hate the Malcolms, if you want Isak to leave, hit the like button. If you want him to stay, hit the like button. If the sky's blue, hit the like button. If Mount Everest is cold, hit the like button. Come on now. If Bob Marley likes his ganja, man, hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go, folks. Support the channel. Sorry to everybody that was on the other side, man. And people were waiting for it, Mighty Win, but nobody home. Nobody was home for that part of the show, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we are here. Newcastle United latest trending news. Hit the like button, everybody, for a second. Come on now, hit the like button. That's what you got. Only one job. Hit the like button.
And subscribe.
And subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new, and hit the bell for notifications.
All free.
All of that is free to go. Anyways, then, so we got a few things to talk about, I guess you can say. By the way, congrats to Crystal Palace for beating Liverpool, man. Unbelievable. The community. Hey, that's a trophy, man. If we would have won it, we would have been celebrating. So it is a trophy. Community Shield. Always been for a long time. So give them their praise. They got it done. Give them their praise, which was unbelievable. Probably the best year. I don't know. They're not in the same season, really, but last season, plus, if you count this, it's got to be the greatest time to be a Crystal Palace fan in a long time.
By a long way.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And so there you go. I mean, it's congrats to the Eagles. The Eagle has landed at last, ladies and gentlemen.
Long time coming.
That's right. That's right. So, all right then. Well, Malik Thiaw in England already. And
in the house.
He's in the. I think he's already spoken. So let's if we can find Malik Thiaw as he's having a few words as maybe it's a new Toon fan, not Toon fan, but a Toon player rather. Let's go with Malik Thiaw. Let's go. What he say? Because according to Sky Sports, is putting this out. Is that the Newcastle airport?
And he's duty free.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I've been there.
Qua ho imparato tanto.
Oh, he's in Italian.
Come un calciatore, ma soprattutto come persona. Sì, voglio solo il meglio per tutte le persone che io ho visto qua, con chi ho giocato, staff, medical e tutti.
Quale sarà il ricordo più bello di questa avventura?
Scusa?
Quale sarà il ricordo più bello?
Oh, è difficile, ma penso
the greatest memory of that he has
Champions.
From Milan.
Era incredibile giocare a semifinale Champions.
Sei contento di questa tua scelta?
Sì, sono molto contento adesso, sì, ma è stato un piacere per me.
Pronto ora per la Premier League?
Sì. Ciao.
There you go. He's basically given his last thoughts about leaving AC Milan, of course, and he's excited to be in the Premier League. And he was asked about his best memory from Milan, and he said he had a few, but anyway, so has Mighty Win. He's had a few as well already this morning. All right then, folks. That was Thiaw in the Toon. So I'm assuming medical might be. Well, I mean, it's already midday here. So in the UK. So I wonder if that's probably been done already.
I would imagine it'll be at least halfway through it.
And then it's going to get confirmed at any moment given time. So that's a sign-in. What do you think, Win, of Malik Thiaw now basically, more than likely, at this point, confirmed
Well, let's hope it is.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't think your fella's
Bloody
medical,
hell.
although you never know.
Could be another one that will get right to the doorway and then she does off.
Although you never know at this point, yeah, to be honest, anyway. Folks, hit the like button. Let's go. It's only 32 likes and 239 people watching. Come on now. Yeah, what is going on here? The ratio doesn't add up. The math ain't mathin'. So come on now, smash the like button. And let's go. So Malik Thiaw coming in. I mean, we're waiting for confirmation from the club, possibly today. Hopefully today. I mean, Toon fans really need something to get them going as we speak, because we're going to speak about the Isak saga.
The main thing is he's here. So if he fails a medical, he fails a medical, you know. But is that likely to happen? Probably
come
not.
on now. We're going to talk about a few things going on here in the Toon. The Isak situation keeps on going. So Keith Downey on Malik Thiaw saying that he is undergoing his Newcastle medical today ahead of his £30 million, 35 million really, move from AC Milan. The defender flew into the Northeast last night and will fight last night. And why was he at the airport then?
Yeah, that was last night.
Last night it was daylight. You don't say last night and it's daylight, man.
Yeah, well,
he said last evening or last afternoon. Anyway, we'll finalize his move
last night
over the next 24 hours.
I think the theoretical difference is 6 p.m. I think, but it becomes evening at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
and night when it gets dark. So you're right there. But we never say last evening
or yesterday. How about that? We never said last evening either. So I don't think that exists, but. There's hope that he will train with his new teammates tomorrow ahead of the new season opener against Aston Villa on Saturday, says Keith Downey. So tomorrow, I guess today is a day to get the deal done, sign, record some videos, and I guess look for a place to live. How does that work, by the way? Do you think the Toon sets him up with a place so that he doesn't have to worry about it until obviously he has time?
Oh yeah. Do that. I could have told you 10 years ago before I retired, because then it was always the Hilton in Gateshead that they put them up at.
He would be in a hotel for that long, damn.
But I don't know where he is now. Well, I wish he's got to find a house and that. Maybe he'll buy Isak's.
Come on, man.
Because it's up for let.
Not anymore. He took it out of the market. They took it out of the market. Yeah,
right. I haven't seen that.
So, folks, hit the like button. Come on, man. All right. So, he's moving into Isak's pad. Exactly. There you go, David.
Carl Hope is saying Eddie Wood play. Eddie Wood.
Hey, man, I wouldn't put it. Trust me, we've seen that. We've seen that movie before, plenty of times. Kyra Lewin sacked his agent. Yeah, that's what Mighty Win was saying before. He sacked his agent, and I guess because he wasn't able to find him a club, which is fair enough. And now he's linked to 3 other clubs and such. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I don't know if he's linked with us or what's.
Well, the report was that Sunderland went in for him, and he said, "No, I want somebody higher up the Premiership food chain."
Oh man!
So he's talking to Leeds. So.
Well. That's definitely Leeds. I don't know, but the Mackhams have a high probability.
And Man U. Apparently, he's talking to Man U as well.
The Mackhams have a high probability of staying. Man, they're spending like crazy right now. And where did they get all this money from? It's unbelievable, man. Because they are spending left and right.
They call the playoff final the £100 million match, because it's straight away they've got £100 million.
Well, they spending it like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
So it's for them. It's about staying in the Premier League once and for all. So listen, I can respect that. Folks, let me know what you think in the comment section. Go on what's going on at the moment. John Stern, DCL is such an Eddie Howe signing. As soon as Mitchell walked, fans called it. I tell you what, though, what we're gonna do is also open up the lines here in just a minute. Call in and have your say. Come on now. If you want to come on, have your say for a few minutes, you can do that about the topic in discussion. And yeah, there you go. And if you've been, joining quite often, or is of recent time, and I'm not talking about 2 weeks ago, I'm just saying, just give the conch to somebody else if that's the case. Sit yourself up properly. You don't need a camera, but you do. We've got to be able to hear you now. or else it beats the purpose of the exercise, I guess you can say. But when you have this conspiracy theory that you broke on the watch along, I believe you said that one of your mates, one of the ITKs, Win is trying to become an ITK now, so he's saying
not at all. No, I simply reported what I'd heard.
Reported,
which was that whilst the World Club Cup was going on, Shea Given had been talking to Callum Wilson, and Callum Wilson allegedly told Shea Given that there'd been unrest in the rest of the camp at Newcastle because Isak wasn't giving it 100% in training or on the pitch. And Eddie's philosophy is if you don't do it on the pitch, on the training field, you don't turn out on at the weekend. And Wilson was very unhappy about this because he thought he should be getting a go. And Eddie said, allegedly, this is all just third hand, if you like, or maybe even fourth hand. I'd get crucified if I drop Isak for you.
Ooh.
So that was that was kind of the main reason that Wilson said, "Oh well, in that case,
I'm not going.
I'm definitely off ski."
Well, listen, I don't even know if that's the right tone for that conversation. I mean, we don't know. Listen, we only hear how people talk and interact for the media.
It's been reported on somewhere else now was brought out a similar report.
Is bollocks or is it the truth?
Well, some people are saying it's bollocks. Some people.
Are you sticking to your guns, to your sources, Mighty Win?
Well, the whole point is we'll never know. You know, we'll never know definitively.
But it's so.
Until, well, I don't know. He's actually joined West Ham now. So listen, I believe Callum has got loyalty to Newcastle. So I don't believe Callum would do anything to rock the boat. But I do think it might come out. If Isak does go, then Callum might come out of the closet and tell it like it is, because then he's gone, and if anything, by coming out then, he would be defending Newcastle as opposed to criticising Newcastle. And I think that's more likely in his armoury than to do the dirty on Newcastle.
Well, first of all, I don't believe for 1 second that Eddie thought that even thought that Callum Wilson would be. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know this, to be honest, because I mean, Eddie can do some things that make no sense. But in anybody's mind, I doubt that he would think Callum Wilson is a better or would have been a better option than Isak. So I think that if that conversation were true, he would have said that, because I know we know Eddie Howe lies like a dog. So I wouldn't put it past him that he did, if he did have that conversation, that's what he said, simply because he didn't want to entertain him. He was passing blame to something else.
Travis Ferrari saying it all there. I mean, without any of this current knowledge at the time, the fans would have absolutely crucified Eddie for that.
Well, 100%.
Would be calling for his job.
100%. But I mean, rightly so. Even now, it would have been. Come on now, let's be honest. If Isak says, I'm ready to play, I messed up, so it is what it is, without an apology to the fans, just saying it to the manager, without coming out and talking, Eddie would play him over. He would say, yeah, I talked to Isak, everything is good. So he would, and if Osula would play for the remainder of the season and Isak would be benched, people will get mad at Eddie for playing Osula.
And you know, this is the other thing. You know, people were screaming last season for Osula to have more game time
over Callum Wilson.
And it's proven in the games that he's now played, he's so unready right now. And Eddie obviously knew that, because he's watching him every day in training, and he knew he wasn't ready. And Eddie was getting brickbat for not giving him more time, more playing time, resting Isak and all this nonsense. Doesn't make sense to me, because surely anybody who's got a critical eye watching Asula's
Let me tell you something.
performances can see he ain't ready to play in the Prem.
We for Jordy apart says we forgave Dubs. Why not Isak? And Dubs said, "I'm going to the Real United."
Yeah.
And I mean that was a low blow. And people I forgave him. Some people didn't though.
That meant nothing to me. That
no, but that is a dig though. That is a dig.
Listen,
though.
man,
You can't say,
they
you can't
are
say
the.
that. No. You can say no. You can. All you gotta say, no. Listen. All you can say is I'm going to a bigger club. That is not a dig because that is the truth. But going to say I'm going to the Real United, now that is that you're trying to elbow your former club, and he did try to make a dig at Newcastle because he didn't think he was going to come back. Turned out Man United didn't want him, which I don't know if that's a compliment or quite honestly, because I don't want to be wanted by that team. So Bobby, Man United fan, apologize to you, but it is what it is. So. But you got to recognize, but we did forgive him, the vast majority. I mean, he wasn't getting booed. Actually, he was, a player that people, was a good servant. I don't believe in none of this local hero crap, because that's irrelevant. There's only a few players that are worth that title, I guess you can say. In the bracket.
Dope said, "I'm going to the United." That's what he said.
Yeah, well,
and if you go anywhere in the world,
no, but that's not. You're missing the point, man. You're missing the.
Manchester.
You're missing the point.
They are just United.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
That's where we are in the.
You're missing the point, man. You're missing the point. That's not what he tried to make a dig at Newcastle, and he did that, and so he's got to own it.
He
did own it.
I don't think he did necessarily.
Anyway, okay, well that's.
I was very pleased to get him back.
Well, you're known to be a Man U fan anyway, so it is what it is.
Be right.
Anyway, folks, 300 people watching on YouTube. Let's go hit the like button. Come on now. You can also super chat. By the way, let me remind you: super chat, donate, help the channel grow, or become a member. We are actually starting the season starts, so we start member shows. So we're gonna put Mighty Win to work like a government mule. So we got the Premier League Bias show, the Geordie Bias Premier League show on Friday after the Presser. So stay tuned for that one. Right after it, that's for NTTV Plus members. So all these shows come for MTTV Plus members. So make sure you become a member and select the right tier. The second tier, NTTV Plus. You're gonna get the Geordie show. You're gonna get the Player Scores podcast on match days. The Mighty Win is also. Again, we're gonna work him like a meal. We're not paying him for no reason. You're gonna earn your money around here, so we got the player scores. We got the Geordie Bias show. We got on Wednesday. We're working to get a Night Owl show for members as well. So stay tuned for that one. We might get some Aussie mags and Malaysian mag. Dom, we already know that, and that Mighty Win who never sleeps. So stay tuned. And TTV Plus tier membership. And all members will be able to participate in the giveaways that we're going to be doing, as well as obviously you get your stickers, you get all that stuff, and able to participate on the prediction tournament that we haven't actually been advertising much. But yeah, you can sign up for the prediction tournament for £5 and play. That's for the whole season.
A critical weakness. We better start pushing that, because if you
you gotta sign up.
You will be able to join throughout the season, but obviously you'll be missing out on points you could have won in the first game. So get signed up before.
Yeah, and actually you don't have to be a member to sign up for that one. We changed that rule, so you can just sign up for it. And I will look up the. It's only £5, and I'll see your name. If you can put a name, put your YouTube name. If not, we'll know who you are really, and you can sign up for that one and participate. You give your predictions every Newcastle match, and for only £5 for the whole season. So that's every match, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, Premier League, all the cups, the Twat Cup, everything else. So I will throw the link in just 1 minute. Let me see here. Where is this thing? Anyway, there we go. So if you want to sign up for the prediction tournament, there you go. Mods, please, if you can get that message going, every once in a while, so people can be reminded. So we can get. Anyway, so your conspiracy theory about Isak not wanting to stay, I'm not sure that's gonna get done, but that's I mean.
Well, and of course the other thing today, late last night, I think it first came out, was Real Madrid
For Isak,
could be sniffing for Isak.
I'll sell him.
And I just say to them, yeah, you can have him for 100 million.
For 100 million, and we don't need money at this point. I don't think though.
No.
So I would do 100 million, 50 now, 50 next season. They'll take him in a heartbeat. Trust me. So I mean, are you kidding me? That would be lovely, and he would walk to Madrid as we speak. He will get in one of them boats that come from France, and he will just put it. He will go right to Spain. So come on now, stop playing. Liverpool fans, I know you think you're big. You are big. To me, the biggest club in England. However, when it comes to Real Madrid, you got to get in line. Anyway, so let's go with some comments here that people are they're chatting on. Let me see. John Stern, welcome mate, says Ruben Neves on loan from Saudi would make a big difference as a midfield option for us. Ruben Neves, are you kidding me? That would be lovely. Well, he's been linked with us before, though.
Yeah, we were sniffing at him when he was at Wolves, weren't we?
Jordy Apart says, "Afternoon, barcodes. How are we doing? We're doing barcodes, man."
That's a lot of people hate that shirt. You know, I loved it.
I love the barcode, man.
I just think the thing
it's
barcode.
Unique.
I think David Kelly, and Gavin Peacock.
Oh man, I think of Mickey Quinn, man. Mickey Quinn.
It was the final season of it.
And yes, Predator says should have been all over the McAtee deal. 20 million is still. I agree with that. I said it before coming on the show. It makes no sense that we didn't even go in. It makes absolute no sense, man. But it's kind of how the cookie crumbles for Newcastle United. You know, we're just inept. As much as Mighty Win wants to sugarcoat shite, you can't. We are inept. We cannot
polish a turd.
We just can't get it. We can't be in multiple deals at once. I mean, we are in up to our necks, and we're just trying to salvage what we can at this point. We got the Malik Thiaw deal done, so hopefully they're working on somebody else at this point in time. So I don't know.
I was hoping when we played Atleti the weekend I was hoping something may have sort of been leaked or recommended or whatever about Conor Gallagher, but nothing at all. So I think that's gone.
But we are being linked with for a 16.5 million pound bid to Coventry City for 24-year-old Jack Rudoni, who they see as a replacement to Sean Longstaff, according to some reports here. I mean, I don't think the point. I don't think we need to replace Longstaff. I think we need to do better than Longstaff, because that, quite honestly, is not hard to replace. So.
Well, to me, there's somebody there right now who we should be sniffing all over, and that's Paqueta.
I agree with that.
You know, he's Bruno's best mate.
Even for 60 million, if that's what they want. 60 million, that's nothing. I mean, that's nothing.
Well, and they're talking about not even that. You know, some people are talking 35 million, but I just say, if it's 60 million, just go and get the bugger, you know?
Well, I agree.
Because he's quality, man.
Yeah. Jordy, there are no offense. Wilson has been terrible for the last 2 seasons, so no loss. Exactly. There you go.
Well, he has been terrible, but you know, due to his injuries, basically.
So that's,
and then at the time he's had this alleged conversation with Eddie, it was when he was fit, without any game time though.
And here's the truth, Chris. Did you see Fabrizio Romano video last night? He said Newcastle are after striker and an attacking center mid again. an attacking center mid to transition the ball forward more. If they want an attacking center midfielder, that could be. I would get Rodrigo, to be honest, if you're trying to put money in. Look, if I see other links, right? If I see Tottenham being linked with a player that's top player, and that they're considering the move for Tottenham, I would be all over for those players because there ain't a cigarette paper between the two clubs. If they're thinking about Tottenham, we got to be in there with them for those players, in my opinion. And Rodrigo's been linked. I don't know if that's true or not, but certainly there's another player that's linked that I'm like we should be in for. Oh, Paulinho should have been another one, but there's another player. By the way, Newcastle confirming that we made a signing, Isaac Moran from Liverpool. He will be a part of the under-18 squad this season, so that's another signing. We don't have an issue signing young players. Whether they're going to be good or not, we don't know, but we have not an issue when it comes to that stuff. By the way, the Macam signing Omar Alderete, man, experienced guy. Unbelievable. The Macams, we got to be scared of the Macams now, boy. The Macams are doing well, man, I'm telling you. Malcolm Kennedy, the players must know more about what has been going on. So if you want to trust Mighty Wins ITK stories, it could happen.
Oh, well, Foxy's in there, called the segment Wins Nonsense of the Day. Why wouldn't Isak miss the penalty last minute away at Brighton and fight the keeper to get the ball back?
Well, again, if there was an issue between... See, we got with these stories, we can't take them, just verbatim. But we can try to think if we were in a situation. It seems like Callum Wilson is trying to put something down Eddie's ear to, I guess, to make him come to his senses that Isak is not who we think he is, and he's not for the team. Blah blah blah, which I don't necessarily. I think he's for himself. Maybe it's true that he's not for the team more than he's for himself. But if he scores goals, the team wins, and he looks good. So I guess it all correlates until the season's over, and then he just wants to do what he wants. So that's the issue.
One shining light throughout all this Isak saga is definitely listening to you guys, Chris, Wynn, and Gary, especially the banter between Chris and Wynn. Sesko picking up the graveyard, man.
Oh man, yeah. It's been.
Where young talent goes to die.
That's true, and that is a fact, though, man. That is it. Oh, Predator says Boki is a Macam. Oh, we unveiled that. We unveiled that the other day, man. Chucky the Macam. Yeah. So, I think the Malik Thiaw signing is going to be great. I hope he's going to be great. But the problem is that, people are really concerned. We get a center back. People are happy about that.
He doesn't have to be great. He just has to be an improvement.
No. Oh, he should be. But this whole situation is about Isak. This window is about Isak, and that's the only thing that is a sad part of it because people are tired of it. But it's happening. It's a new thing every day. And like, for example, here, Ben Jacobs saying that Liverpool's position on Isak remains the same. There has been no further bid because they were talking that there was going to be a bid this weekend. There has been no further bid, approach, or significant interaction yet following a rejected bid for 110 million. Luke Edwards was saying the PIF were actually, I don't know if upset is the word.
Said they blocked it.
Well, but I don't know if, that's true. But I don't know if upset is the word with Liverpool, but they're certainly not happy with how they handled themselves, but also about the damn offer. Because they're like, we will never sell them to you for 110 million, so why would you even think of that? That's probably how they handle themselves as far as, like in England, though, it's a common thing to lowball people in the beginning, the first offer. But maybe the Saudis are thinking, if you want something that bad, you just pay what it costs. Instead of funning around with prices, what's the point? So when they saw it coming from a distance, they just intercepted it and shut it down.
Well, I think they were relying on the fact that they'd unsettled, through the media
Liverpool
influence and through everything else, that sufficiently unsettled Isak enough for him to down tools, which is effectively what he's done here, and force a move. And they've come unstuck because they didn't realise who they were dealing with.
Well,
It's it's going to be interesting to see what pans out. But I think the one thing we do know is that if he goes, he won't be going before they play us. Unless he plays in a black and white shirt.
what if you tell him if you want to go to Liverpool, you got to play against them? If you score, you go. If you
there is. Whoa, I like that conspiracy theory.
if you score, you go.
I'm starting you against Liverpool. If you score 2,
You
you
go.
can go.
Boy, he'll be
Wow.
shitting from halfway line. He'll be. I mean, I'm just saying, man. It's an interesting situation. I doubt, though. I don't think he'll want to play against them. Quite honestly, but
Well, I think it's we've known for a long time now that the what do they call it, the players management group or whatever, the senior players, they carry a lot of sway, that group, and Eddie involves them in everything, which he said on many occasions, and I think it might be them putting their foot down and saying, until he changes his attitude, wouldn't want him anywhere near. And we certainly don't want him at our barbecue.
yeah, that's true. Ben Jacobs saying that Liverpool respect Newcastle's position, and the emphatic nature of the rejection means Liverpool are still waiting for encouragement. Liverpool, what do you mean encouragement, man? See, again, well, I don't blame Liverpool.
This is the same Ben Jacobs who said it was a good done deal.
No, he didn't. Let me get out of here, man. Stop lying, man. He didn't ever. Nobody. Jacobs never said it was a done deal. Nobody said it was a done deal. But hold on. By the way, Ben Jacobs and Ornstein have been killing the transfer window, so I wouldn't go against them. But regardless, Liverpool. I don't blame Liverpool, but Liverpool are handling themselves as just like a giant of the English football,
which is what they are.
Which is what they are. But they're not handling themselves right because they're dealing with people that are not bothered. So, and right now, the people in charge of Newcastle, PIF, are not bothered by Liverpool, right? So, if you really want something and want to show proactiveness, you just got to pay what they want. And if you don't want to pay what they want, then you just don't send anything. You just don't got the money for it. But at this point, PIF is not bothered to negotiate on something that they don't want to sell. Now, you might say 150 might make them think, okay, whatever, 150. They're paying 150. Let's see if the player wants to leave. He wants to leave, blah, blah, blah. Then he can go. If that's the case, by the way, because Luke Edwards says if they come with 150, they might think about it. It's not a it's like a release clause where 150 is it, and then he gets sold. So they might think about it. And now at this point, they're waiting for Newcastle encouragement. Well, they're not going to get none. Well, what's the point? They don't want to sell Isak. So I know that football fans in this regard think about it how it usually happens. Like for example, Man United go for Baliba, and all of a sudden, it's just like Brighton is supposed to turn over and just do whatever Man United want. And that's how football has been, handled by giants. It's like the same thing. Real Madrid going for a player. I mean, this is impossible for them not to get the player. But in this case, PIF don't care. They just simply do not care. So that's why I always believe and still believe that Isak's way of doing this, it was the wrong way, because he should have just went about it the right way, trying to play his cards right. And he would have been sold probably already if we'd have played the nice boy. It would have went the nice boy route. But instead he didn't. And now you just piss PIF even more. And it ain't going to happen according to Luke Edwards.
Got our Liverpool supporter, encouragement, which is what you're on about, Ben Jacobs saying they won't put another deal in without encouragement. RSL is saying encouragement is you buying a replacement.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's one way of looking at it. But I tell you what, if that's the encouragement that Liverpool are looking for, you might get some because we're looking to sign somebody. But if the encouragement is for Newcastle to say we signed Isak's replacement now, let's talk about how we can get rid of Isak. I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt that's going to happen at all. And I wouldn't. Again, people need to start looking at this situation as from the PIF's point of view. They probably are not bothered to pay this guy to sit on the bench.
No, I think that's apparent now.
So he's going to have to get his life sorted. And quite honestly, I do believe that Isak eventually will come back with his tail between his legs because he needs to play. It's not I guess as long as Newcastle handles it correctly, because we need a striker. So if we don't get a striker, that's going to be interesting to see how it works.
It's very reminiscent, isn't it, of the Harry Kane saga, where, you know, he was told, no, you're not going. Give us another year, And that went on for 3 years before he got his move. And he still performed. He was still knocking the goals in.
Yeah. But, you know, in this scenario, other people think they can just do...
Yeah, but I think you can liken Harry Kane's situation in terms of, you know, top-class, world-renowned centre-forward to Isak's. And Tottenham just said, no, not for sale.
Hey, so
until he had just a year left on his contract, and then they said, right, you can go.
So
and they still got 100 million for 150 or whatever it was.
So a Key 88, you know, regular chatter, actually been on the panel with us a few times. According to Jordy, then is saying in the chat that he said a private jet is coming to Newcastle from Madrid. Is it real? Is it real for Isak? But what about the Atletico Madrid? Is that they're probably gone, aren't they? Already. So would it be anything related to them? I don't know. But Real, here's the thing with Real Madrid right now at this point. They're dealing with Vinicius Juniors wanting a lot of money, and Florentino Perez. By the way, Real Madrid is the original. People are talking about PIF money. Florentino Perez is the original PIF. So, you know, they get the players that they want, and if they want to leave, it's according to what Real Madrid wants. And listen, that's the way it works, right?
I mean, you're talking about the Saudi Arabian government, you know, owning Newcastle allegedly.
No, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying
basically the Spanish government owned Real Madrid.
Well, not now. That was at the time, crazy time. But I'm saying it's about they do what they want. You know, that's the thing. They do what they want. They let players leave on their terms. They sign whoever they want. They do whatever they want. Now does that mean they win everything? Well, maybe kind of, but but not really. I mean, you know, they don't win every single thing. They still have to go out there and perform. But the thing with Vinicius Juniors is that he wants a lot of money. Florentino Perez is saying, and that's his golden child, by the way, Florentino Perez, Vinicius. But he says, I don't know if you're worth that kind of money. Now he's threatened to leave. Go on.
Liverpool tactics have all been engendered to drive the price down. If we crack and drop the asking price, all we're doing is welcoming more of this in the future.
Well, exactly. I agree with that. But
I'd be upping the price the longer they carry on.
But I quite honestly, I don't even agree with it. Again, I agree and then I don't agree because we're dealing with a pragmatic, stoic ownership. They're not bothered, man. They can sell anybody. It doesn't mean that they're going to sell other players or the crown jewels, as Wentz calls them. They're not bothered to go with the rules. It's they go with the regular rules, but I'm talking about like selling a player. They're not about to go with the bureaucracy of England of English teams. You know, like a big club comes, so you all of a sudden have to make it possible for the player to leave. They're not. They don't care. And about the Real Madrid speculation. Again, I would definitely make it easy because it's nothing against Liverpool, by the way, or maybe it is that the fact that they didn't handle themselves correctly, but it is in Newcastle's benefit for the player to leave the Premier League. because it's not in direct competition. And I know that word rivals makes Liverpool fans melt. And I'm not speaking of rivals as in we have derbies together. I'm talking about it's a rival in the Premier League. And if we are fighting for a top 4, top 5, that's our objective every season, as far as now is concerned. We can't be helping the teams above us or that we expect to be above us. So, and quite honestly, I do. If I had any thought that, like PSG, for example, I don't know that Isak would go to PSG. Maybe, but I doubt it. But Real Madrid, I think he'll go in a heartbeat. So there are speculations that they're not that the Vinicius is not going to be. He's doubted. Rodrigo might be leaving, who's played center before many times, as well as winger. So he's been rumored to leave, and just by the simple fact that Real Madrid buys who they want, no matter if they have already somebody in that position or not. See, people don't think about that stuff, but they do. So the same thing is at Barcelona. People say the Barcelona have no money to spend. They're not going to pay the fee. Again, they can't pay 150 million, but they can pay a really great salary. So if you make it easy for them to get the player and work around the fee, they'll love to get the player. So I don't know what's about the plane and the jet coming from Madrid. I would assume if there's a player that I would assume you would call and talk about it like that first before sending a plane for it. I don't even know why they need.
I think the plane business is just anybody,
Yeah, so
Come on, smash the likes, folks. Help us out. It's free and really helps the channel.
help out.
We've got 400 on YouTube and we've only got 109 likes. However,
Come on, we need to get to 200 likes. You know what it is already. So come on, hit the like button. And mods, please encourage people to hit the like button. Remind them. Come on now. Let's do some. We gotta. Sometimes you just gotta move people like a mule. They're stubborn like a mule, man. You just gotta whip them and hit that like button. Let's go.
stubbornness win.
That's real. Well, they're not. No, they're not that stubborn. They're not that stubborn. So anyway, but that's the Isak situation in a nutshell. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll get more going on right now. More coming out later as we speak. But we got some.
Ferrari saying maybe Atletico left behind a player like
yeah,
Newcastle
they
did
left.
with Target and had to double.
Did we?
back.
No, that's not the truth, is it? Did we really leave Target? No
Yeah.
way. Did we?
Yeah, apparently.
I thought that was Francis, the Francis account on X, lying or joking around. We didn't. How are we going to leave a player in Korea, man? Get out of here. That cannot be true. Come on. That cannot be true. Surely isn't. Pardew was saying as well that Isak's handled this so badly. He's doing really bad things. NUFC are angry, and I would be if I was them as well, according to Pardew, long-time manager for Newcastle United. I mean, any manager out there looking at this situation would say, yeah, they're not going to side with the player. Because if you're a manager and you have to, I can only imagine Eddie Howe's disbelief in feeling betrayed by this player. And quite honestly, many managers would have said, hey, that's it. You better sell the twat because he ain't playing with me. But Eddie Howe is actually leaving the door open because maybe he knows, and that's one thing that I can, if he thinks like this, that's one thing that I can appreciate about Eddie Howe, that he thinks about the season, the team, more than himself. If he is pissed off with them and still says, I still would love him to play because he will help us. He will help the team. He pisses me off. I'm mad at him. But the team is first. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's the case or.
But there is a way back. That's what he's saying. But that's down to Isak. Isak has got to eat humble pie, come back with his tail between his legs, apologise to his teammates and Eddie, and it probably needs a public apology as well. That's what I think. You reckon not, but I think it.
Well, I mean that would be lovely, but he's not going to do that. I mean. Unless you force him to, which I guess that's part of a deal. If he wants to play again,
yeah.
You got to apologize to the fans. But man, because that means you got to own up.
All he's got to do is stick 3 or 4 in the back of the net, and all will be forgiven. Trust me, fans are fickle.
Well, I agree with that. Although some fans are saying get rid of the bastard.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fans. I mean, I would think the split now is probably from my like personal circle of friends and that. It's about 70-30. Let him rot in the reserves. They never want to see him pull a black and white shirt on again. I'm not in that camp because I still think Isak in a black and white shirt is best for the team. Best for the club.
So Luke Edwards is tripling down, quadrupling down on what he's been told, especially after Eddie Howe says that's something I'm not aware of. But then again, I'm not part of every conversation, he said. So he said that. And people, of course, now some Liverpool fans in the chat saying that Luke Edwards is a mouthpiece for Newcastle. This is the thing, because I love Craig Hope, for example, and he's been reported what he thinks is true, and that's fine. We go about what the journalists, because they're the ones that actually get this information. Sometimes whether it's right or wrong, it's whatever, but they get it from the club, all of them, not just one. So Luke Edwards is teacher's pet. I don't really agree with him a lot, but especially when it comes to opinion. But he's saying, but he's got sources within the club, and we can't say that he's speaking for Newcastle because Craig Hope. Liberal fans love Craig Hope because he's telling them basically, that Isak, he's reporting what they want to hear. So they love him, but they don't like.
Isn't that the same with all sports journalists? If they say what you want them to hear, you've said this to me before. If they say what you want them to say, they're accurate. But if they say what you don't want them to say, they're not worth listening to.
Exactly. So
because of others.
So it's not about that. If you look at it objectively, why couldn't you believe what Luke Edwards is saying? And he's quadrupling down because he says, obviously he said Isak's behavior it has been despicable, and the sooner he realizes, the quicker the healing process will be for Newcastle, and I guess for himself as well. But he is saying the latest on Isak, and this was yesterday. The latest on Isak: if Newcastle can sign 2 strikers of suitable quality and Liverpool make a bid of 150 million, there is a chance he could be sold. The main problems are Liverpool have not intimated they're willing to offer that amount of money, and Newcastle do not believe there are 2 suitable strikers left on the market. So again, that's pretty. I don't know who can replace Isak at this point. Quite honestly, if you think about it, Sesko being a replacement, then the other guy from Porto must be, because he scored more goals and so. But certainly replacing Callum Wilson's position is Wissa, hopefully. But if Newcastle don't feel like there's an Isak replacement, they won't sell him, and that's too bad for Newcastle. Now look at was quadrupling down, saying, so to make this simple for simpletons, there is no chance he will be allowed to leave. The board told him he's not for sale. His behavior has forced them to contemplate the terms of what it would take for them to sell. Those terms are nowhere near being matched. The deadlock will continue. So he's been told no chance in hell that he's going to be leaving. So when somebody says something like this,
if you remember, what I said was, we've knocked back 110 million, but because we're trying to be Billy Big Bollocks, right? He's going nowhere, and if he doesn't play for us, he'll rot in the reserves. What does that actually mean for Alexander Isak? Right, here's what it means. It means he's still stuck on 120 grand a week instead of being on, let's say, 300 grand a week. So he's losing 180 grand a week, which is 6 million a year. So if he sits his 3 years out in the sticks, doing nothing, it's cost him 18 million quid. After the 3 years, when he's a free agent, who's going to pay 60 million for an unused, been in the garage for 3 years, Rolls Royce of a centre forward who's got that extra years in his legs to extend his career? Somebody is going to quite comfortably say, will give you a £60 million signing on fee. So it's cost him 18 million. He's getting a 60 million signing on fee. We are getting nothing. And if we reach that stage, are we then going to turn around and say, Ray, we dropped a right bollock not taking that 110 million we were offered in the first place? That's the long-term scenario, which I am saying, just stand back, have a think about this. Where could all this lead down the road? So poor old Isak is stuck having to get by on 120 grand a week for 3 years.
Yep.
Train by yourself, whatever. Take the flack that comes along with it. Living in his ivory castle. Is that going to bother him if that's what he wanted to do? He's going to miss out on a World Cup, maybe. Will he?
No, he's not going to miss.
Sweden could still pick him.
He's not going to miss on the World Cup. Sweden is not a big team to be.
You know, even if he's not actually playing first team football, Sweden are still going to pick him in the squad. Surely
they're still going to pick him 100%. But so that's not going to be an issue. But look, man, if he's not fit or he doesn't have a good season, and another young talent emerges.
All I'm saying is, in recent times, we've already decried the club for not getting rid of Wilson when we could have got money for him, for not getting rid of Trippier.
Yeah, but this is not the same thing, though.
Well, it is kind of.
No, it isn't, because
if in 3 years'
Callum
time
Wilson,
we're looking back and saying we're up against a PSO brick wall, and there's 100 million that we could have had that we've just waved goodbye to.
Yeah, but it's all about principle. Then I mean, it's not.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Are the principles worth 100 million?
Oh, they are, according to PSR to PIF.
Well, yes, exactly. All I'm saying is, I'm just playing devil's advocate and saying, you know, was it the right? In 3 years' time, could we be looking back right now and saying that was the wrong decision? Much as I said after the Ekitike palaver came on with Liverpool coming in with a Billy Big Bollocks, if you don't sell us Isak, we'll buy Ekitike.
Well,
and what we should have done then, my thinking is, what we should have done then is we should have said, right, look, we will sell you Isak, but before you make it public or anything, before anybody knows about it, we've got to get our squad strengthened first. Because the other side of that coin is, if everybody knows we've got £150 million burning a hole in our pockets, the price for everybody that we are going to go for goes up.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it, to be honest, though. I mean, things will be leaked, and I thought that we may have had a deal with Liverpool until we got a striker, and then we could finalize the Isak
That's
situation.
what we should have done.
But no, I don't know. I don't think so, man. We shouldn't. Again, I don't know why you're waffling then, because you know we cannot entertain. We cannot be proactive in selling Isak, because that's not our target, our objective.
The main thing for me is that it sends completely the wrong message to the rest of the squad, who suddenly think, fucking hell, Newcastle, this project that I joined where we're going to get better and better and better, and now what we're doing, we're selling our prize asset.
Well, exactly. So we shouldn't be doing any of that crap. And if they want them, they just have to pay the price that's set.
Or you accept where you are in the food chain at this moment in time.
No,
and you bite the bullet and eat humble pie.
Well, what's the humble pie? I don't understand that. Having other clubs unsettle our players, and the players doing what they want, not fulfilling their contract. That's not the humble pie. That's not the humble pie. No, sorry, that's not the humble pie. The humble pie is when Liverpool says, you know what, mate, I want your player. Is there a way that we can facilitate an exit? Well, let me talk to the player. He said, you want to leave? Yes, I want to leave to a bigger club to win trophies, to win everything with Liverpool, and they're the greatest club in football history. So I want to go there. That's my lifelong dream. Perfect, mate. Let's work it out. That's the way. But you're gonna still have to go to Asia. You're gonna still have to do what you're supposed to do as a Newcastle player until we find a solution. That's the way you do it. What Isak chose the path that this was gonna, how this was gonna go. and
That's
he
right.
did that. Now he has to pay because Liverpool
Isak,
and Isak,
Isak underestimated PIF's
because
result. That's what he did.
Isak and Liverpool underestimated
And
the
whoever was
PIF,
advising them will.
the agent, that the PIF are twats that roll over, and that ain't gonna happen because just to prove a point, they will miss out on the money. And whether that's good, bad, whatever. As long as we get players, I'm not bothered. As long as we get players, I'm not bothered about the 150 million. And it looks like we can buy players at the moment. So I don't know. It looks like we can buy players at the moment. But so if the moment comes when we can't and we are suffering, yeah, I agree with you. It might be a situation where fans are like, man, we should have just cashed in on Isak. But for Newcastle, for PIF, it's all about the principle. And they went about it the wrong way. And maybe, because we talk about the message, right? How will players feel about coming to Newcastle? How will the players in the squad feel about leaving it potentially? Well, maybe it will send a message to other clubs in the Premier League saying, PIF are not idiots. Let's not go about it the wrong way. If we really want their player, let's just go knock on the door and talk to them straight up like a Jehovah's Witness. Now, you might get...
Travis is saying there, Liverpool didn't try to negotiate with us. They tried to bully Newcastle.
Exactly.
Stole
And they started
Ekitike-
with the Ekitiki and all that.
Stole Ekitike and still had the audacity to try and big club there.
And even then, it's not bollocks, by the way.
Nice try.
And it's not bollocks, by the way. Even they still do it now. They still try to do it with Wissa. It wasn't a lie, by the way. It was true. They knocked on the door of Wissa and said, do you want to join Liverpool? And it's true. Keith Downey said it. They went for Wissa, and Wissa said, I want to join Newcastle.
Well,
By the way, you didn't know about that. But that's why
I've seen the reports about that. Whether I believe them or not's another story.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But if we're gonna play that thing, then we don't believe anybody. But so it's not I believe, if I'm gonna believe Keith Downey on everything, then I can't just cherry pick what I believe. So according to, I guess it would be Wissa's camp that he's choosing. Maybe, and it makes sense, by the way, because if he goes to Liverpool, he's not gonna play. He's gonna play odd minutes, but he's not really gonna start. So seeing there's a few Liverpool fans in this chat. Exactly, Scott. Freyton says you have to be successful here. We will be over Liverpool in a couple of years. Dino says Liverpool fans are acting like they woke the treble, like they won the treble, and they forget we beat them in the final and lost to Palace in the Shield. They are talking like they're on top. It's been one season. Well, listen, they're a powerful team right now. I think that they're going to be the candidates to win it again. But that's not the conversation. So, I'm not bothered to talk about Liverpool's greatness. That's not the conversation. It's about the principle and how they went about it. They went about it the wrong way. Listen, they gambled. The gamble didn't work out, though. So it's like there's the what do you call a gambler, an addicted gambler? That's is it with nails?
Compulsive gambler.
Oh, there you go. So it's like you gambled all your money, you lost it, and you're still sitting there like something's about to happen. Just go home, man. Go take a nap. At this point in time, get some money, come back to the casino, ready to make your money back. That's what I'm saying, man. It's and I know Liverpool fans don't want to hear that, and that's fine. But some Newcastle fans won't want to hear that as well, because they want to get rid of the guy. But Newcastle needs to do what's best for Newcastle, and so there you go. That's that on my end, ladies and gents. Listen, we've had a Kenny show full of Q&As and chats. Malik Thiaw, I'm assuming, is going to be announced soon, hopefully, maybe, with the medical, pending the medical and everything else. So we'll see what happens. Later on tonight, though, we have a panel. Who's on the panel tonight? Actually, no, we'll talk about that later on. Anyway, we got a panel tonight, though, 9:30 p.m. UK, folks. Join us back with the panel to discuss the latest trending stories of Newcastle United. It looks like Baliba, who wants to go to Man United as well, but Brighton wants 112 million. Are you mad? Nabil Jalit says, a journalist for France. Is he French? No, he's not French, is he? But anyway, he is. their fee report is 112 million pounds, and we want to sell Isak for. Come on, man, get out of here, man. You tell me the math ain't mathing, but then again,
but Brighton get what they want.
exactly.
You know,
so
they
why
did it
can't
with-
Newcastle get what they want?
They did it with Cucurella. They did it with.
You know why though? Because the cartel knows that for whatever reason, Brighton right now has shown their cards, and what their cards are, we're a recruiting club. We sell them. We are making money making club, and so the cartel says these Wenkers don't care about winning anything. We know, let them recruit, and we'll buy their players in a couple of years. So that's what they do. They give them what they want. Well, Newcastle wants what they want as well. So pay up or shut up. But then again, the math ain't mathing.
Pony
But
up.
the math ain't mathing. But then again, I'm from Barcelona. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Anyways, folks, 9:30 p.m. UK. Join us for a panel show with the fans to discuss everything Newcastle United. Take care. Highway the lads.
Hit the likes on the way out, folks. Get
Come
one of
on now.
150 at least.
See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you kindly.